What exactly is a nuisance settlement, and when should you consider accepting one? Insurance companies often offer these small payouts to avoid costly litigation, but understanding when and how to negotiate them can make a significant difference in your compensation. A nuisance settlement is essentially a sum of money paid by an insurance company to resolve a case they consider weak or of low value. Insurance companies offer these settlements when the cost of fighting the claim in court would exceed the expense of making a small payment now. These settlements are particularly common in situations where the claimant has difficulty proving the insured party is at fault, when fault might lie with the claimant, when injuries cannot be clearly linked to the accident, or when the insurer doubts the severity of claimed injuries. Initially, insurance adjusters typically deny compensation for what they consider nuisance claims. However, with persistence and the right approach, claimants can often persuade adjusters to offer a nuisance fee settlement. The amount of a nuisance settlement varies based on several factors. For claims with medical bills under $1,000, adjusters usually offer to cover at least half of those costs. These settlements typically exclude compensation for lost income, damages, pain and suffering, or out-of-pocket expenses. In cases with minimal or no documentable injuries, adjusters commonly offer between $500 and $750. This amount might increase to as much as $3,000 if medical bills exceed $1,000 or if there's a diagnosis of serious injury. Several key factors influence how much an insurance company will offer in a nuisance settlement. The strength of your evidence plays a crucial role. Weaker evidence typically results in lower offers. The extent of your medical bills directly impacts potential settlement amounts. Liability disputes can actually work in your favor, as insurers may offer settlements to avoid litigation when fault is unclear. Your persistence in negotiation and the credible threat of litigation can also significantly affect the final amount. You can often prompt a nuisance settlement through several strategies. Maintaining regular contact with the adjuster by calling daily about your case can be effective. Presenting new evidence that strengthens your claim may convince an adjuster to reconsider their position. Threatening litigation against the insured party, when based on credible evidence, can also motivate settlement offers. Reminding adjusters about the expenses associated with litigation, including hiring defense attorneys paid by the hour, may persuade them that a small settlement is more economical. For attorneys advising clients on nuisance settlements, several ethical and legal considerations come into play. Lawyers must balance their duty to act in the client's best interest with practical financial realities. They must avoid pursuing frivolous claims solely to extract settlements, and must manage client expectations about claim values. Many jurisdictions have specific rules governing how attorneys advise clients about settlements, especially for low-value claims. Insurance adjusters play a critical role in determining nuisance settlements. They assess claims based on financial risks to the insurer, comparing potential legal costs against settlement amounts. Their risk assessment includes evaluating whether a claim might gain traction in court, with well-documented claims more likely to receive higher offers. Company policies and the claimant's history also influence settlement decisions. When should you accept a nuisance settlement? If liability is uncertain, your evidence is weak, or legal costs would likely exceed potential compensation. Accepting such a settlement may be your most practical option. While these settlements are negotiable, the increase through negotiation is typically modest, perhaps a few $100s at most. However, if those additional funds are worth the effort of a few more phone calls with the adjuster, pursuing negotiation makes sense. Understanding nuisance settlements helps you make informed decisions about your insurance claims. Whether you choose to accept an offer or push for more compensation depends on your specific circumstances, the strength of your evidence, and the potential costs of pursuing litigation. In many cases, consulting with an experienced attorney can help you navigate these complex decisions and potentially secure a more favorable outcome.